I just want to spend a couple of minutes just talking about the system and what it's going to do for your business, and obviously why you would want to promote it. And for those people that have been around, I know that you've heard this before, but I think it's important that we talk about it again. For the brand new members, of course, it's important that you listen, and you can get a lot of this information in some of the older recorded training that we have. We've got a huge library of recorded training that you can go back and listen to and spend hours and hours and hours listening to understand why it was created and then what it's going to do for your business. When we first started, in network marketing years ago, we used to use funded proposals. We used to sell a book up front to individuals before they would join our network marketing business. And this is something that's both common and not common, I guess, in this industry. I would say that probably at least 80% of the industry doesn't know about this technique. All right, think about that. 80%, at least, I would say at least. I mean, and I'm just taking an educated guess. I don't know specifically what the numbers are. I've never done any research into that. But just by seeing what's out there, just by being in the industry for many years and watching what other people do, I would say at least 80%, if not 90% of the industry doesn't know what a funded proposal is, doesn't know to offer a small kind of sale to get the interest of the prospects before you go and try and sell them a network marketing opportunity for $3 or $4 or $5 or $100 or $1,000 or more. They're just kind of missing the boat and not getting that $10 or $20 to cover advertising costs. All right, so when we first started with network marketing, we used a funded proposal. We used to sell a book called Cash Flow Magic. And, he wrote that book, and it was really just designed, and I didn't really necessarily even understand at the time because he introduced it to me, and he said, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sell this book to people, and then we're going to talk to them about the network marketing opportunity. And I didn't really get it. I just thought, well, geez, why would we waste our time selling that book to them first? Why don't we just introduce the business to them? Why don't we just get them in right away? Because then they're going to spend another $30 on that or $40 on that book, and then they won't have that $40 to spend in the network marketing business. But the thing that I kind of missed when I first started working with him and started selling that book initially before introducing people to the network marketing business was this simple fact that, people that don't have an extra $40 or an extra $20 to spend to get introduced to a business probably aren't going to join your network marketing company anyway. Okay? They probably aren't going to. Now, I know some people do because lots of people enroll people directly into their network marketing business every single day, and I can't argue with that. But here's the thing. How many people do most people talk to before they get that enrollment? Hundreds? Thousands maybe? All right? Lots and lots of people that they actually physically speak to, and they're spending their time. And time is really important in our lives. If we're spending all our time introducing people to our network marketing business, then, what's the point, right? Why are we doing this in the first place? Most people are building a network marketing business to gain more time, to actually have more time with our families, to be able to go to the kids' sports, to be able to enjoy time with our spouses, to be able to go on vacations. So why would we spend all of our time prospecting? Why would we spend all of our time hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to be able to talk to thousands of people to find one? And now, to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, so in a funded proposal, what I learned was that, if we just sold a product to them without ever talking to them first, if we sold a product or a service or a system or something to them, an opportunity to them before they even ever talk to us. So we run an advertisement, and we used to run ads strictly in the newspaper. Of course, we graduated to the Internet because it's a much bigger, obviously field of individuals. But we used to run an ad in the newspaper, and people used to go to a website. It was basically just a one-page website, okay? And it would go there, and it would just sell them the book, all right? It would just sell them, and they could pay $40 for it, and then we would mail it to them. All right, think about, and obviously with the Internet, we've automated that. We've sped up the process significantly so they can get the information now. Most people want it now while they're looking. They don't want to wait for a week to get it in the mail. All right, so we used to mail this book to them, and they used to get it and read it. And it used to teach them a little bit about business and advertising and, marketing and stuff like that. And then we would simply have them call us, or we would call them. Okay, but think about this. Is it worth calling a prospect that gave you $40? All right, think about that. Basically, that individual gave me $40 to talk to them, to introduce the business to them. Think about that. All right? Or would I rather talk to the 100 or 200 people that visited the website and didn't purchase the book, right? Didn't purchase the funded proposal. We wanted to narrow the field down of people we were talking to so that every single person that we talked to would virtually enroll. Okay? And we had an enrolling rate at that point when we were selling the book. We'd sell it for $40. We would probably enroll somewhere between 75 to 80% of the people, if my mind serves me correctly. Maybe it was higher, maybe it was lower, I'm not sure. But it seemed like almost every single person that I talked to was a couple of things. Super excited, okay, wanted to talk to me, had questions about the business, all right, and really, they were chasing us. And that's a good problem to have, and that's the problem you want to have in network marketing. There's no point, there really is no point in chasing prospects around. It does two things. One, it makes it look like you're not an expert and you're not successful, and really why would they follow you if you're constantly chasing them, right? The other thing is that's a lot of time spent. You can spend that time with your family. You can spend that time, getting in shape. You can spend that time planning a diet so that you can lose a few extra pounds. You can spend that time in so many other activities that, are going to either produce income or produce happiness in your life that really, talking to dead prospects or talking to prospects that really aren't that interested is really eating up, all right? So what we want to do is we want to have that mindset because, when we used to talk to those people, again, they were chasing us. They would spend, they would invest, I think at the time it was about $350 to join the network marketing business. And they would also spend $300, $400, $500, $1,000 in the initial advertising of their business. And that's what they were spending. Think about that, right? Many of them were spending anywhere from probably $500 at the minimum to $1,000 or $1,200 in joining the business, right? Getting the initial products that they needed, getting the big pack, right? I don't know what it costs in your company, but at the time that we were promoting, it was about $350. And then they would also spend money in advertising, which would take them up to $100, $200, so up to $500 total, or all the way up to $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500 for some. And they would advertise, and then we got them doing the same thing that we were doing, right, which was selling the book so that they could have good prospects to talk to. So as we sold more and more of these books, we were selling hundreds and thousands of these Cash Flow Magic books, and, some of you may even have one in your house, right? But as we sold them, we kind of started to think, it would make sense, and we could actually go faster if we could automate this process, if we could actually make this process of the funded proposal go faster, right? And that's really when we took it to the internet. We started doing more research, and that's really when I personally hit the internet, if you will, was just a few years back. I wasn't necessarily an expert before that. We knew how to get some traffic, and we knew how to do all that. But until we started taking, these systems that we had and everything that we were using, we had a lot of success, right? But not necessarily in that field. So taking it to the internet was a big deal, and we started promoting big time on the internet. We've generated, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've generated hundreds of thousands of affiliates, of prospects, tons and tons of people that have, requested information. Many people know who we are on the internet. There's lots of people in this small circle of business opportunity and network marketers and internet marketers that know my name, some of the leaders that we've worked with over the last couple of years. When the computer does the work, somebody logs into your website, they get a replicated site right away. All the training is online there. All the recorded training to get them started is there. Everything they need is integrated into the website already. There's nothing that I physically have to do personally to be able to build the business. We do some live training calls with Michael and Rod and myself, and I appreciate them hugely for doing that, because then that means that frees up some more of my time too to do other promotions and obviously to live life, right? And think about that. Even if all the live calls were gone, that system in itself, you could do a live call. You could do a live call for your group, right? And you could just invite them onto a live call, and you've got all the recorded training. You've got all the past recorded training. You've got all of the, all of the step-by-step instructions. You've got everything written out. Everything is integrated in that system, and that's why it was set up that way, right? Is so that, it wasn't required that if I wanted to take a holiday or I wasn't here or Rod wasn't here and all of a sudden, are you stuck? No, right? You can still build your business, right? And that was the purpose of taking it on the internet for two things, I guess. One, because it can grow a lot faster, and it did grow significantly faster. I would say tens of thousands of times faster. Obviously, our primary businesses have grown faster as well. The main companies that we promote have grown hand over fist faster than when we used to do, things kind of the old way through the mail and through newspapers rather than using the power of the internet. And your business can grow that way too. And I want you to think about this. If you currently run a network marketing business, if you're currently in a network marketing business and you're not using a funnel proposal prior to speaking to them, you're wasting your time. You truly are wasting your time. The same as 90 to 95% of network marketers out there. And that's the reason why the quitting rate is so high, right? I like to use quitting rate instead of failure rate, okay? People don't fail at network marketing. They don't. They just quit, right? They quit before they've learned enough, or they quit before they've hit success, or they quit before, they worked long enough to be able to build a business, right? We need to talk to lots of people. We need to expose lots of people to our business to be successful. But most people just quit first, right? Most people just don't have the staying power. They just don't last long enough, all right? So, if you don't want to be one of those casualties on the side of the road, and Rod and I drive by those every day, all right? We're kind of driving along the highway of success, if you will, and, Rod's looking out the window, and he's seeing all these casualties falling by the wayside, and we're driving. And we're excited, and we're building our businesses in a big way, and we're generating a lot of income, and we're excited, right? We're excited about that. We get the top down, and we're kind of cruising down this highway of success. You want to jump in the car with us. You want to drive with us. You want to ride with us, and you want to see all the casualties on the side of the road, because there's so many of them. Thousands and thousands of people constantly quitting every single thing that they do, constantly quitting on themselves, not on me, not on Rod. And in the big picture, in the big scheme of things, if you quit our business, it's not going to make a difference, right? Because we've always got new people coming in. We've always got new prospects. We're always advertising. And that's what you need to do in your business. You need to not rely on one or two people. You need to not rely on whether or not one person enrolls this week or whether 5 people do. It should never matter in your business, because the destination that you're going to, the success that you want to achieve, is only dependent on one thing. Okay, now here's the secret, guys. You've got to write this down. Okay? It's only dependent on one thing, that you never quit. Right? That I never quit. Write that down. My success is dependent on one thing, and that one thing is that I never quit. Write that down, all right? You tell your kids that too. Share that little tidbit with them. Their success in anything, sports, right? Chasing girls, right? All right, doing cooking, okay? Cleaning the house, all right? Anything, playing games. All right? Their success is only based on them never quitting. All right? Because what's going to happen if you never quit? So I want you to intellectually think about this as we talk about it. Right? Think about this. If you never quit, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to keep doing it. And what happens with repetition? What happens with doing something over a period of time? You get better. Right? Naturally, you're just going to get better. Okay, naturally, it's just going to happen that you're going to get better. Now, if you do the wrong thing long enough, eventually you're going to figure that, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. Right? If you start banging your head against the wall, how many minutes will go by before your brain says, you know what, Joel, this is probably the dumbest thing you could be doing right now with your time, banging your head against, like literally banging your head against the wall. It's kind of going to hurt after a while, but also, I mean, what a waste of time. Right? So as you build your business, it's the same thing. Your brain will start to say, Jim, Bob, Janine, quit banging your head against the MLM wall. quit doing that activity. Try something new, right? But if you quit and you say, that didn't work, I don't know, this stuff, and then your mindset goes down the toilet, and then you never have a chance. And then you just completely flush your own chance of succeeding. You're not hurting Rod's business if you quit his business. You just won't, right? Because Rod's a superstar, and he's going to continue to advertise. He's going to continue to put his hand up and say, everyone follow me, because I'm going on the road to success. And people will start coming on the bandwagon. They'll start joining Rod on the bus, right? And some will get off, and some will get on, right? But Rod's going to keep driving that bus all the way to success, right? And you can choose if you want to get on it with him or not, right? You can choose if you want to have success in your life or not. You can choose if you want to be the driver to go to success, right? But the only thing holding you back today, currently, is whether or not you even have the inclination that you might quit. If you only have the inclination that maybe I might quit if it doesn't work out, that'll hold you back. That'll be the only thing that'll hold you back. If you look at everyone that's been a success over the years in every industry, in everything, inventors, successful business people, successful Olympians and sports people, what's the common denominator? Think about that. What's the common denominator in every single professional sports team, professional sports player, right? Did they quit? No, they're still playing. They're still practicing every day. They're still doing activity that moves them closer to being the best. That's what you need to learn to do in network marketing too. You need to do activity every day that moves you closer to being the best. And that can mean learning. That can mean educating yourself. That can mean doing activity and experiencing. That can mean enrolling people. That can mean, talking to people and not enrolling them and learning why they didn't enroll and understanding that and picking that up, right? See, when we first start a new job, it's the same thing. Are you an expert policeman when you first become a rookie? No, you're going to make mistakes, right? And we need to, as network marketers, start to recognize this, because I know that there's so much on the internet today. Maybe 5 or 10 years ago there wasn't so much, but today there's so much on the internet telling you that you should be rich in 30 seconds or less. Otherwise, you're a failure, and why are you wasting your time, and this and that. You're not going to get rich in 30 seconds on the internet. You're not going to get rich in 24 hours on the internet. You're not going to make thousands of dollars literally overnight if you're a brand newbie, if you're just starting out for the first time. Ain't going to happen. All right? Sorry to say, folks, but it ain't going to happen. People that get rich overnight have already had success. They've already learned what it took. Right? They've already had mistakes. Okay? If you want to get success overnight, go buy a lottery ticket. All right? And maybe someday you can. I don't know what the odds are, but they're not very good. But go spend your money on lottery tickets instead of building a business in network marketing. All right? But if you want to stick it out for the long haul, and you want to make millions of dollars, and you want to be at the top, and you want to cross stages and get all the awards and be recognized as one of the top leaders in your company, if you want all that, and that's your dream, and your time freedom, and pay off your debt and be financially free, if you want all that for you and your family, you got to tough it out, folks. Right? You can't quit. You can't even think about quitting. In fact, every single day you need to work a little bit harder to get a little bit closer to being good enough to succeed. See, because today you might not be good enough to succeed. You might not have the skills yet. You might not have the skill sets. You might not have the mindset that you need. You might not have the positive attitude that you need. But we can change all that. Right? We can change all that by learning from others that have already been successful, by coming on calls like this one that you guys are on right now. Right? You're learning from me. I've been successful. Right? I've got an idea of what it takes. And I know I don't spend a lot of time on these Saturday morning calls talking about, okay, click this button, do this button, and then go to this website. It's all in the success guide. It's already there for you. My job is to try to motivate you to understand that it's just about you. It's about what's in your head. That's what's going to make you successful or not, right? It's about what's in your head currently. Are you going to be a success? Are you going to decide today to become a success? Right? It's not going to happen today, but you can decide today that you'll never quit, that you'll never give up to be a success, to be able to build your business. I guarantee that you'll have success if you just continue to learn and actively build over the next 2 years. Have a great day, everyone. I wish you all the best. Again, it's Joel, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye for now.